Sounds good, Damon. Okay, so what I want to do now, I kind of want to break this down a little bit, just because there's a lot of runners who are getting pretty decent, but they make a lot of big mistakes. So I kind of want to go through what I'm doing just so that they can get an idea of what's good and what isn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this again, and we're going to do a little bit of an in-depth analysis. So, all right, I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody. You can all leave now. Now comes the boring shit. All right, so, actually, there's something you can do right from the get-go. So even right from the get-go, you just have to kind of get into the habit of just kind of spastically hitting buttons here. So as soon as I pause, I go ape shit. It's up X, X, triangle, up, X, up, X. So I just try to input that as fast as I possibly can. And then from there, you go to Burbank. Okay. Right here, I fuck up a little bit. Do you see that? Do you see how Ratchet just kind of... Here, let me take you through it. Watch Ratchet's animation. He kind of makes like a little bit of a swivel and then teleports, just like this. The optimal way to do it, you walk, you hold directly backwards until here. You'll see him like the y-axis just like shift a little bit upwards. That's when you have to go neutral and then hit triangle. If you hold back even a little bit further than that, what'll happen is Ratchet won't be directly... The reason that creates an instant teleport is that Ratchet is in the exact center of the teleporter. And when he's in the center of the teleporter, there's no animation for him to just turn around. It just, the things go up and he teleports out. And so what a lot of runners tend to screw up there, they just think, oh, I'll just walk backwards and then hit triangle whenever. You can't just do that. You have to actually time it so that Ratchet's body is in the center of the teleporter. So yeah, there's that. Am I kidding you? In regards to what? Okay, so we go to Bolden. I actually got fast load here, which is really nice. Getting fast load is always a good thing. All right, I'll see you later, MK Blast. Thanks for sticking around for a little bit, dude. Okay, so here, as soon as we land, you mash start and X. Well, you can mash X to exit the cutscene. But what you do is you hit start, you go down to gadgets, you hit up, left, X to put on the charge boots. Then you hit back with triangle, down, up, L1, up and L1 at the same time. Then you hit X, right, X, right, up, X, up, X, left, X, just like this. Hit start. Please move the mouse away from the video and press K to pause it. That's what I'm doing. Also, hi, Super Tatterson. What's up, Whirlpool? How you doing, Pool? Why wouldn't you activate first-person mode after Insomniac Museum? Sounds much easier. Yeah, it saves a menu. Okay, so then you kind of want to charge around this little bend here and fire the Lancer. Climb up here. So here is what we're gonna do. We have this charge right here. We're gonna double tap triangle. The first tap, you press it, hold it, let it go, then press it, hold it again, and then hold up to select the decoy. So that's what I'm going to do here. And then you let go of triangle, but continue holding upwards. That pulls out the decoy. You then throw a decoy over the button, and then select the Rhino out of this. This is the fastest way to do it. And then you charge around here. You charge here, and notice how I break this TNT crate. Actually... In this, I actually go around the TNT crate, which is really rare, but you want to break the TNT crate so that when you exit first person, you have hit stun. Like you've already taken damage, so the game thinks you're in hit stun, even though you won't be. So then you can just do this and charge immediately out of it. That way you don't suffer any knockback from hit stun. Yo, thanks for the congrats, Izzy. I mean, Franz, if you don't want to watch, you don't have to. I'm doing this because I want to. So here, there's nothing too exciting about Clank section, but there are little optimizations. Like right there, I didn't use the heli pack at all. I just did single jumps. Here you kind of have to feel out when the guy's going to go up. And here's a new technique that I guess I discovered, even though it's not really a real technique, called animation canceling. What we do is, when he swings the hammer, if you select follow, look what happens. So normally he goes through like a little follow through after he swings the hammer down, and he like brings himself back up. But if I hit follow as he breaks the box, the animation gets completely canceled and he goes back to neutral. So watch that whole thing. Like it's almost like his body barely moved at all. So from then, when you animation cancel, he'll immediately start moving, and then you can animation cancel again right here, which is what I do. I know I can change the playback speed. Yo, what's up, Star? I'm glad you're enjoying it, Sina. Alright, you can do your thing, Franz, if you want to head to bed. I'm not going to be doing runs tonight. I want a little bit of a break. I think I've earned it. I'll be streaming tomorrow, though, for a long time, so don't worry. If you were looking to have some Zem in your life, you'll be getting plenty tomorrow. No, I'm not angry with you, Franz. I'm not angry at all. Thank you for the congrats, Venom. Yeah, I'm not angry, dude. It's just some people get like kind of pissy about that sort of thing where they're just like, oh my god, do what I'm asking you to do. And so I'm just like, nah, fam, cool your jets. Just let me do my thing. And then from here, when you lower the button... Okay, wait, actually I skipped a little bit. So notice how I go around the vent. I go around the vent not as tight as possible, but as tight as I can while the bots are still behind me. You can actually lose the bots if you cut around the corner too tight. So then from here, you hit enter as you land, and they both go in there. And then from here, there's nothing really that exciting. We hit the chickens. We get attack as soon as we hit the second chicken, and then we hit follow as soon as we hit the third little bot. Then from here, you punch the guy into the crates. The reason that we punch him into the crates, a lot of people tend to wonder why we punch these guys the way we do, and we actually have reasoning behind it. You need to break the crates because if you don't break them, sometimes all 4 bots won't follow you afterwards. And the reason we punch the robot into the crates to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And then from there we punch this guy off the cliff. And then I stand. Look where I stand after I hit enter. So I punch this guy into the boxes. I'm going to stand in the walking path of the 4th guy. And the reason that I'm going to do that is because, watch the way they enter. They all just enter in a straight line. If you delay the 4th guy, he won't get in the way of the other 3, so everybody can just walk in a straight line. It's really cool. So then we hit the button. People have been arguing about this since the dawn of this category, whether or not killing Clank is faster. I just kill him because that's what people said is faster. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you for the congrats, Franz. I appreciate it, dude. Have a good night's sleep. Zem, when you do Ratchet 1 and G+ tomorrow, I haven't played in like 4 days. We want to do a fun little race. I'll let you know, Cinna. How can you get into the Insomniac Museum in Aranos? Oh yeah, it only works in Black Label, Michael. I posited the bolt count being 5544335. That's really interesting. Okay, So from here, I adjust the camera angle. I do a neutral cancel, or I do a falling neutral cancel right there, because it's the fastest way to do that. Charge forward, cancel, charge. I mean, this is basically self-explanatory. I change it to first person after I do this double jump, because if you do it like on the platform, the camera can be really disorienting. So I just hit pause, or I enter first person here. Then I can turn the camera around and start to do the wrench climb. Here you go, shoot, shoot, shoot. What time am I starting tomorrow? Noise, I'll probably be starting around 2 or 3, something like that. Alright, so then we wall climb up here. I ledge grab, but you're not supposed to ledge grab. You just pull yourself out. If you wrench climb away from a wall, like if you physically pull Ratchet back, you'll avoid ledge grabs a lot easier. So we jump on the box to avoid a cutscene trigger. Oh, whoops. So then we climb up here. I pull out my weapon, switch, and immediately charge out. So we shoot up this wall. This is something I want to start seeing a lot more runners do. So pull out the turrets. You want to aim low on this turret clip. You want to aim a lot lower than you think you need to aim. But if you aim correctly, if you aim correctly, just throw it down and it'll pop you right through. And here I fall because I'm an idiot, but as long as you stay away from the wall, you'll never fall down. And here I switch into third person just because it's easier. And you have to switch into third person anyway, so you might as well do it right there. We charge out, we switch to the Rhino while we're charging, and then we move on to Gorn. I can highlight this, Burke. Yo, what's good, Six Rock? Thanks for the congrats, man. Task, how do you whip jump in this game? You just mash square. It's really simple. You have to go to Uzla and... Oh, yeah, what Spider Shark said, if you have Greatest Hits version, or the PAL version. Okay, so Gorn, you fire the nuke, switch to torpedo, and then do a barrel roll to the left. That'll put you in a good position. Then you boost forward as you're firing torpedoes. It takes 2 torpedoes as well. If you're holding down X, so the way I do it is, I'll hold up my controller so you guys can see it. The way I do it, so I'm holding, square to boost forward. Then it's hard to see. Let me turn on the light. So what I do is I hold X with the base of my thumb, and then I press circle with the tip of my thumb. And if you're doing that, it'll take 2 torpedoes exactly to kill a ship. And so you don't need to see whether or not the torpedo actually kills the ship. You just got to know the torpedo is going to kill the ship. No, you don't have to hold L1, Tass. Where am I? I'm in America, so that's 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. No, I got it, Shrimpy. So I fire 2. I do another barrel roll to the right to put myself in a good position. Fire 2. Fire 2. Easy peasy. Okay, so that is all of Gorn. It's a pretty simple planet. Really straightforward. Actually, okay. So, Snivelac was a train wreck in my PB. An absolute train wreck. And let me tell you why. I'll go through all the reasons right here. So, you have to... When you're in Snivelac, you have to do that weird like charge cancel thing that I do. Otherwise, you won't have enough initial speed taking off from your first charge to make it over to this gap. So you do that, and then you hit square to wrench jump. Switch into first person here. I should have canceled a little bit later. I should have canceled as if you can see like the green half circle. I should have canceled right around there. And then you can, I bonked there, you can charge out, and then we wrench climb around this thing. And this is a really bad wrench climb as well, really, really slow. I climb up, charge around. Switch to the Sheepinator while you're charging because it saves time as long as it switches correctly. Then I cancel with the decoy and wall jump up here, and I tried to like get a really gross angle, and so I fucked up and fell off the wall. But you're supposed to double jump, charge off the second wall, and then throw a decoy, and then go into sheeping. So that was really, really, really slow. But, I mean, it was good enough, I guess. You don't need, wait, what are you guys talking about with saving, loading, and clipping? Oh, you're talking to Michael. I see. So, as you guys might have noticed, I forgot to mention one thing, and this is something that I just came up with really recently. So when you start the sheeping, you want to like do a circle around the sheep hitbox, like I'm doing right now, and line yourself up this way. Because then when you finally destroy the sheep, what you can just do is you can charge forward, as opposed to having to take the time to turn around. Since we're stuck here anyway, we might as well turn ourselves around while we can't really do anything about it. So it makes it nice and easy. And then we can just skip through the rest of this shit. Holy shit, that's loud. Yeah. So anyway, that whole thing aside. Oh, all right. Have a good night's sleep, Six Rock. So we have to look at this guy. We switch to the Rhino and the decoy, and then we look this direction because that's if we look that direction, we can charge forward immediately and then hit the ship. Yo, what's up, Quo Womo? All right. So then we have Smolg. Smolg is where a lot... Actually, I feel like Smolg is one of the first things runners tend to practice because they see how fast a fast Smolg looks, so they practice the shit out of it. So I feel like there's not too much to talk about here. Why can't you look away immediately? Oh, you can't look immediately away from the robot because you have to look at the explosion animation. And from here you can wrench climb up, you avoid the ledge grab, charge, swing, and I fucked up really big right there, and I fucked up big again. But you guys have seen that movement time and time again from my stream, so I don't think you guys need an explanation as to what I just did there and what I messed up. I recommend doing double charge. There's no reason to do triple charge. It only saves like a second. So if you're on a good paced run, don't risk it on triple charge. It's so risky for no reason, and double charge is so free. I hope so too, Cinna. All right, have a good night, Noise. All right, so Smolg, and then you just turn yourself around and charge backwards. And then off to Grelbin. I got fast load here, which is really nice. So then we charge out this direction. So I'm going to explain what you have to do here, and I need you guys to have a bit of lateral thinking when I explain this. So it takes 3.5 charges to get to the point where we need to be so that we can double jump, neutral double jump, and then go into our wrench climb. So what you're going to see me do, you're going to see me over the course of this do 3 charges as well as a half charge. A half charge. So charge number 1, charge number 2, charge number 3. Sorry, my bad. Let me try that again. Charge number 1, charge number 2, charge half, charge number 3. And then we cancel charge 3. We turn ourselves around as we're going up there after the wrench climb. and then we just charge back out. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to charge so that, as you can see, there's like a white slope and then a blue slope beyond the white slope. We want to cancel our charge on the white slope, so that we can just jump over to the blue slope, because it's too unreliable to try to charge directly onto the blue slope. So I cancel charge here, I jump onto the blue slope, double jump, and then wrench to climb up that. We double jump, we go back out of first person, and then we go onto Yeetle. And that's about as good as that gets. That Grelban is going to be very difficult to beat. Alright, so first thing we do here, a lot of people wonder how I am able to charge forward on Yeetle without bonking. It's because as I'm coming out of the ship, I'm holding up right. So as Ratchet comes out, I hold up right for maybe a 1/10 of a second, and then I just charge forward. So you're about to see that. Here, let me see. See, I've already turned. Okay, so that movement right there, a lot of people don't really know how to do that either. What you can honestly do here, so hold up right, charge, mash square, side flip. Pull out the Rhino, charge, and then cancel over the invisible wall. There is a huge invisible wall right there that we have to go over. Hyper strike, and then after you hyper strike, just mash X. Like, you can just hold up and mash X. So then you do a neutral double jump, hit square afterwards to hyper strike, and keep your height, and then wrench climb. And once you see Ratchet's wrench swing animation stop, you can stop swinging. So I stop swinging here, and I just walk it back up. I switch to the decoy. I do a really short charge. You want to double tap R and then cancel like a 1/4 of a second afterwards, and then side flip. Switch to the Rhino, charge, cancel, hyper strike, side flip, while still. So after you do the charge cancel into the hyper strike, continue to hold up the entire time, and then side flip out of that. So like that, you charge, hold the camera down so that you can see where you're going. Go into first person, and then land to the right, because Ratchet's body has to adjust that way anyway if you're going into first person. So just turn to the right before you go into first person. Turn left as your charge is ending. And then this turret throw, just watch my positioning where I throw the turret. Like, it's a lot higher than you think you need to throw it. Actually, I don't know. It's weirdly precise. It's a lot higher and a lot lower than you think it should be. Just play around with the positioning. That's the only thing I can recommend. But I was really fortunate to get it first try. And the way you want to do it, you want to, like, once you get the clip and you see Ratchet's body is inside the turret, you want to, like, slowly inch forward. Let me see if I can see myself. You want to slowly inch forward while pressing X. So that if Ratchet does a full jump out of the turret through the wall, you can just hold back so that he doesn't fall off the ledge to his death. So from here, we jump out to the left and around that wall. We climb up. We switch into third person again, and then look at my positioning. My positioning is actually very strange here. I would have put money that this would not have worked. But I'll tell you what it was. It's because I kind of aimed down the right direction. This fucking wrench swing is so stupid. But just play around with your positioning and where you are on top of the thing until you get the hang of it. That's the only thing I can recommend. So I land it, hyper strike, switch to the Rhino as you land. Actually, it doesn't really matter, as long as you switch to the Rhino and then to the shield. And then start mashing start and R1 together right here. If you mash both of those, you'll skip the cutscene as fast as you can, and you'll be in a good position to charge forward as soon as, like you want to hold up, you want to hold up and mash these two, so that you can just charge over the gap immediately. So that's what I do, and I cancel a little early because I'm stupid, like right there. But if I had been smart, I would have just kept going and then canceled later. And then you just charge up. The reason we put the shield does additional damage, which is really, really good for this fight because it keeps the Protopet stun locked a little bit longer, and it kills him faster. So you get right up in his face so the shield can hit him as the Rhino hits him, and you just lock him in place. Easy peasy. And that's how simple it is to get a sub 10. Now I expect all of you to not be bad and to all get sub 10, and we shall all be merry and happy and good speedrunners. So that's pretty much all I have for today. I don't really feel like playing